Well, I think the most important symbolic importance of my work in this particular work is it's in a book, which is a general book about labor market issues. And my work is on working age people with disabilities and their employment. And this book and the publication of this piece in this book recognizes that people with disabilities are a part of the labor force, that in fact, since the American for Disabilities Act, people with disabilities are expected to work and should be provided with an opportunity to work. And that's really what most of my work over the last 20 or 30 years has been doing.
My most recent book is entitled Welcome to the Poisoned Chalice, The Destruction of Greece and the Future of Europe. It's an account of how our friend and colleague Yanis Varoufakis tried to save Greece from its creditors and Europe from itself. I spent 5 months of his ministry assisting him both from here and from Athens. The book has been published in English, French, Polish, and Greek. When it appeared in Greece, it caused a certain uproar. The right-wing opposition was unhappy to learn that we had been acting more effectively and also more discreetly on certain matters than they imagined was possible.
Our book is an effort to bring historians and policymakers together to understand how history can better inform effective policymaking. What we did in our book is we stimulated a conversation with researchers and policymakers to understand not only specific historical knowledge, but new processes for bringing the discussions and work of historians to policymakers. And this book has had an impact already in the ways in which people in policy positions now have started to communicate with those of us who worked on this project and others about building avenues for more connection in our work on a daily basis.
Well, my research on Zika virus, on the impacts of Zika virus on women in Latin America is currently being used in a Supreme Court case. The case is being heard by the Supreme Court of Brazil, and it is hoped that it will help to liberalize the country's current restrictive abortion laws.
Across the country, thousands of people are waiting in county jails for trial. Their cases are not moving forward, yet they can't be released from jail. They've been found incompetent to stand trial. My research looks at an innovative program called Outpatient Competency Restoration that has the potential to take certain individuals from county jail and restore them to competence in the community. The preliminary research shows that these programs can restore people to competence in a speedy manner without jeopardizing public safety and bring significant cost savings to counties and to states.
Well, we did this symposium last year, which was 6 authors looking at a book that I had edited, and 3 of those authors in the symposium are practitioners. They're not simply scholars, they are folks who actually go out there and work in the field. Our work is not merely a bunch of academics talking to each other, it's providing real policy prescriptions that practitioners then are reading, commenting on, and taking out into the field when they do their work.
So we're moving more towards an evidence-based policymaking approach. And the way that that's working in social services is that the federal government is telling the states, here's a list of evidence-based programs that you can choose from. And as states are looking to adopt these evidence-based programs, this article helps states to think through what are some of the lessons that they need to consider as they implement these programs that worked well in a random controlled trial, but may not be as easy to implement at a statewide level.
My research focuses on the design of policy approaches to enable a broad adoption of sustainable energy technologies globally. The particular strength of my research is its interdisciplinary approach at the interface of complex systems, energy systems, public policy, and behavioral sciences. Over the last 5 years, my research has attracted over $2 million in research grants. Insights from my research have informed decision-making at several energy companies and state and federal agencies, including the U.S. Department of Energy.
The work that this report is based on is known in Austin as Restore Runberg. This was an interdisciplinary, cross-sector collaboration with the UT research team that I led, the Austin Police Department, the nonprofit sector, the private sector, and schools. And the overarching problem and challenge in that neighborhood was a disproportionate amount of crime taking place in hotspots and community disinvestment, a lack of community engagement, and then a number of social challenges. And so our challenge was to leverage the community leaders, the Austin Police Department, and the nonprofit sector to decrease crime and to increase community engagement. At the end of the 3 years, crime across the 3 hotspots decreased on average of 60% for violent crime, and even more than that for property crime.
So recently I've been working for the National Intelligence Council and the U.S. State Department on questions regarding the rise of China in international development finance. In particular, the United States is keenly interested in figuring out whether or not China's rise in development aid will challenge the U.S. influence in the Third World.
My research demonstrates the benefit of a new public-private partnership that allows frail and low-income seniors to age in place and to enjoy a high quality of life. The implementation plan is underway and involves geriatric primary care, adult daycare, and social services located in one place. Medical students will provide services as part of their training.
We studied water scarcity in the Euphrates and in the Rio Grande. It increases in severity because of climate change and the gradual filling up of reservoirs with sediment. We made recommendations, for example, to the International Border and Water Commission on the Rio Grande on how to cope with future water scarcity, among other things on how to improve the ways water for irrigation is used efficiently. The results of our work will be published by Cambridge University Press in a book for UNESCO.